Hello, it's my Eurovision 2020 Top 41 countdown, places 30 to 26. Welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. Now please do click on the subscribe button below or click on that notification bell, and as always please do like, share and comment below. So we are coming out of the bottom group of my placings and into the top 30, and at 30 we have Greece with Stefania and Supergirl. So Stefania is a 17-year-old Dutch-Greek singer. She actually was born in Utrecht and I believe may still live in the Netherlands, so it would have been pretty easy for her to get to the stadium. She actually represented the Netherlands in 2016 as part of a girl group at Junior Eurovision, but she spent a lot of time in Greece and will be representing Greece next year now, as her entry is carried forward to next year. Now, there are elements of this song that I do like. It has a very catchy hook. It has that strong ethnic Greek feel to it, which I do like from sort of Greek and Cypriot entries. But while I think it sounds modern, it does remind me a little bit of this kind of US star music that seems to sort of lack a melody and yeah, I don't feel there's quite as much to the song as there could be. Also, I do think, if you watch the video, I think there is a certain amount of the Junior Eurovision roots still showing there. But as I say, she will be back next year, and we'll see what she will have for us next year. At 29 is Austria, Vincent Bueno and Alive.
You make me feel alive. You make me feel like I'm alive again, alive again. Only you can make me feel alive again.
So Vincent Bueno, I believe, may be the first artist or main or sort of lead artist of Filipino ancestry. He's Austrian Filipino, his parents were Filipino. This is although I'm sure if I've got that wrong, someone will correct me. This is quite an up-tempo number. It's boppy, serviceable, if perhaps a little bland. Again, there's a hint of those North American singers, sort of by the name of Justin, sort of Timberlake and Bieber. I think it's serviceable, but nothing sort of special. And didn't have the opportunity to see it live. But like many of the internally selected artists for 2020, he will be back for the next contest. At 28, North Macedonia, Vasil and You.
I just wanna dance with you. Tonight I just wanna dance with you. You know you wanna.
So it's great to see what I believe is an LGBT performer. I'm pretty sure he is, and particularly kind of representing North Macedonia. Who at last year they had their first ever Pride event in Skopje, as well as Tamara Tedesca, last year's entry, performed at that, where she was the headline act that. And actually Vasil is no stranger to the contest because he was one of Tamara Tedesca's backing singers. Like Austria's song, this is kind of a boppy, up-tempo, fairly up-tempo male solo, but again, perhaps just that lacks that little extra, which would have otherwise pushed it up further on my my top 41. I think there was an opportunity to sort of bring out a bit more of that kind of Balkan or ethnic sound. It's a hint at the start of it, but then it kind of goes missing, and then it sort of turns into more of a sort of a Mediterranean sort of Latin sound. I have to say, Vasil's been doing great stuff since the cancellation of Eurovision for 2020. He's been involved in a lot of the kind of online sort of projects and shows during these sort of lockdown times. Don't know yet if Vasil will be back next year. We have no confirmation whether North Macedonia will be at the contest next year, but we shall keep our fingers crossed that both the country and the performer will be back. At 27 is Norway, Ulrika and Attention. So in Eurovision terms, at 27, this is just falling outside of my grand final places, which would be the top 26. And I appreciate this has been what has been a big fan favourite from the moment it won the Norwegian national final. For me, she's a very good singer, no doubt about that. And this fits quite neatly into that kind of balance of, into that kind of Nordic Eurovision sort of power ballad. But I just don't feel it's offering anything kind of that new or special, particularly when you sort of compare it to some of the other ones like Sanna Nielsen's Undo, which were probably better versions. And I'm quite surprised it appeared so high in the Eurovision, the sort of the Eurovision scoreboard app. That said, when we had the kind of Eurofest Boom Bang a Bang sort of online event a couple of weeks ago, it actually fell outside the top 20 in the results there, so perhaps it wasn't as universally popular as I thought. Now, with most of the Nordic and Baltic countries, they have said that they will be, who have national finals, they have basically said that they will be doing the national finals next year, and those artists that won may get a place in to be a contestant again, but they won't have any automatic right to be their country's entry, and that is the case with Norway. I gather Ulrika has been offered kind of an automatic placing in the Norwegian final, in the national final, but I gather she has declined it, or at the moment she's declining it, so it doesn't look like we will see Ulrika at Eurovision, or certainly not next year. And finally in this group at 26 is Cyprus, Sandro and Running. So Sandro is a German singer with a Greek mother and American father. He's been involved in quite a few kind of international singing contests before. And the record label behind this song, Panic Records, has been responsible for quite a few quite well-known Eurovision songs in the past, not least Fuego from a couple of years ago. This is a bit of a change of tack, both for Cyprus and for Eurovision as well. It's quite a kind of clubby song, actually. It's like a radio edit of a club song or a club track, and I think that can work well in some situations. I would have been interested to see how this would have been staged, because it being that kind of club-style track, it doesn't have a necessarily big crescendo or big moments that you might expect from some Eurovision songs. I have to say it has grown on me as sort of time has gone on, and at 26 it just makes it into kind of my personal grand final. We're into the top 25 again soon. Join me when I'll start be counting down those places. Thank you.